Hi guys, Andy here, and welcome to Water Girl. It is a VN based off of Free. Uh, I can't remember the actual subtitle for it. Iwatobi Swim Club, Eternal Summer, Splash. All I know is Octopants 50% off because that's the most amazing thing ever. Let's get this started, shall we? It's very quick. It's a demo. What is your first name? Uh, Andy. What's your last name? Oop, almost typed in my actual last name. Which you actually might be able to find. It's not that hard to find. Standing at the door of my new school, I can feel the warmth of the sun on my shoulders. It does little to knock away the chill of having to adjust to a new school. And not one in the United States. Though I can only blame myself, as I signed up for the Sister City Student Exchange Program. And here I am in front of Iwatobi High School, surrounded by people I don't know. And probably people speaking a different language, you know. I thought I would have walked over with the kids of my host family, but they had an early morning commitment, so I had to go by myself. It couldn't be helped. It's odd starting school so soon. I imagine my friends back home would be off for Labor Day weekend. That's actually a coincidence, because Labor Day weekend actually just happened. I worked all freaking day Labor Day. I worked every fucking day of Labor Day weekend, actually. It was horrible. Grilling hot dogs and running around in their swimsuits at the pool. No, I was busy yelling at customers all day. I'm in my fresh new school uniform, ready to head into the complete unknown. Guess I'd best get moving. I enter in and make my way over to class 3A, as I had been 3A, 3-1, as I had been instructed in the email the administration sent me. A young woman by the door spots me, smiles and ways to flag me down. Lately-san, good morning. So nice to have you in our class. I'm Makoto Miho. I'll be your homeroom teacher. I can't think of what the character said in 50% off. Good morning, Sensei. I'm glad to meet your acquaintance. She laughs slightly before continuing. I'm about to start class. If you wouldn't mind, could you sit at the chair next to my desk so I can introduce to you? No, that's fucking weird. I don't really want to be introduced in such a way, but her smile and demeanor seem to urge me forward. I nod to her and make my way to the front as the bell rings. Miho gently closes the door and follows me in. Good morning, class. Before we begin, I have an introduction to make. As you are aware, we have a new student from the United States who has transferred in. Please join me in welcoming Lately Andy to our class. That's actually a good title. I might actually have to use that one day. I take that as my cue to stand. I bow a little, and when I come back up, I notice everyone is looking at me. They appear mostly curious. Maybe a few are disinterested. Hello, my name is Lately Andy. I'm from Oregon, and I'll be your classmate starting today. Like hell, I'm from Oregon. I hope we can get along. Not if we're from Oregon, I'm sorry. Kinda standard for introductions, but sometimes the classic approach is the best. The class gives a small round of applause. When it dies down, Miho speaks again. Thank you, everyone. Andy, you may take the open seat in the back by the window. I nod again to make my way to my desk. My seating pleases me. Does it? Does it really? I'm in the back, so no one can easily stare at me, and I get to look out the window. Looking at the schedule, we have geography, language arts, and Japanese before lunch. I'm pretty good at the first two subjects, and the classes go off without a hitch. Then we get to the Japanese lesson. I thought I had a pretty good grip on the language. Oh, I guess you do. It's only now, when I have to write it, do I realize that learning by smartphone applications doesn't prepare you for putting the words to paper. Really? The smartphones are always the answer. I understand what the teacher is saying, but I'm having trouble writing any of it down. I'll really need to pay attention. Everyone, please put away your books and leave only a blank piece of paper with the pencil out. I will administer a short quiz on basic Japanese. That was not what I wanted to hear. I'm really struggling here, and a quiz already? It becomes the longest 10-minute quiz I've ever taken. Also, I'm pretty sure I didn't even come close to passing based on my eraser marks and lack of content actually written. Thank you all. Please study quietly while I grade these. I'll have them back to you just before lunch. I go over my notes, which suspiciously look a lot like what I just tried to pass off as the answers to the quiz. That's probably not a good sign. I shake my head sadly. 10 minutes later. We're gonna call her Miho, because that's too much to say for me. Walks around the classroom and handing back our quizzes. Without looking at me, she sets mine upside down on the desk. Wow, way to shame me. Holding my breath, I flip it over to reveal what I pretty much expected. A failing grade, and a rather low one at that. The bell rings, signaling, that's so fucking weird, signaling lunch. My classmates hurry to pack up and get out. I fold my quiz in half and sigh, slowly getting ready to go to lunch myself. Hey, you don't look so hot. Are you okay? I wasn't expecting anyone to talk to me, being new and all, but a gentle voice from the right of me has emerged. I feel fine, thanks for asking. Are you sure? You seem pretty upset about the majority of that last hour, especially after we got back our quizzes. I hadn't intended to look at him, but how could he know about my struggling with the last class already? I turned around to face him. Hey. I wasn't expecting to see such a tall, good-looking guy. His hair has an odd, unkempt look to it that sets off his green eyes. I accidentally lose my words in my throat for a second, which allows him to continue. If you're having problems with Japanese, I'll be glad to help you out. It's not my strongest subject, but I think I can do it. And give me 1 second, I gotta... My phone rang. Well, not wrong, but... Okay, I'm gonna have to not pause my recording. I'm just gonna be right back. Pearl. Pearl. Come on. Okay, you gotta move. You can't go. You can't stay there. Move. Move your ass. Okay, sorry about that. Did I read this already? If not, I already. If you're having problems with Japanese, I'd be glad to help you out. It's not my strongest subject, but I think I can do it. No, that's okay. I can go get an independent tutor. As for a remedial class, I don't want to impose on you. You wouldn't be imposing. I mean, considering you're an American, you already speak and understand spoken Japanese well. It shouldn't be too hard to get you writing it. I'm not sure what kind of luck I'm giving him, but it must be making him nervous, as he keeps talking like he's trying to smooth things over with me. I'm sorry, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Tachibana Makoto. I don't mind if you just call me Makoto, though. Let me help you become proficient at Japanese this year. Ah, isn't that nice? His smile is warm and infectious. Before I know it, I'm shaking his hand that he had offered in greetings. Thanks, but it's okay. You don't have to force yourself to be friends with me. He gives me a puzzled look. I'm not forcing myself to do that. You look like you need a friend, and it just so happens that I like making new friends. Aww. Makoto is such a sweetheart. I've never actually seen the anime. Just the Octo Pimp Stud version. That's all I've ever seen, and I just love it. But enough about that. We need to go to lunch. Want me to walk you to the cafeteria? Yes please. Glancing at the clock, lunch is already close to being half over. Thanks, but I'll be okay. Look, it's alright, you probably don't realize it, but with how lunch rushes, you're going to have a hard time getting any food. And then barely have any time to scarf it down before classes start again. It's no big deal, and it can't be helped anyway. I'm certain it can be helped. In fact, how about I just share some of my lunch right here with you? I'm certain there's enough for both of us. He gives me a bright smile as he pulls out a neatly wrapped bento box. This feels just a little too sudden for me, and just a tiny bit awkward. Perhaps, but I don't turn down food. Okay, more like I wore a bikini to a formal dinner awkward. But I still keep my cool. That's really not necessary. I'll manage. Somehow. Any moment now, my stomach will roar out what a lie that was. But really, I don't. Thanks, gotta go see ya later, bye. I quickly turn on my heel and leave the room, heading in the direction of the cafeteria. That went well. Of course it did. Really. I'm sure I didn't come off like a stuck-up jerk, right? Yeah, you did. You're an asshole. I mean, he seemed way too desperate to get friendly with me. Maybe, but it's Makoto, so worth it. I'm clearly not ready for it, and probably not with someone that forward. I am. Let's get lunch. There's the cafeteria. Oh no. With this crowd, maybe I should have had some of Makoto's lunch. I can't even see the servers from my spot online. And it appears they aren't very familiar with no cutting rules in Japan. I keep getting shoved and pushed around like a tackling dummy. I really hope I can keep hold of my spleen and other vital parts in this mess. When I finally get out, all I've managed to obtain is one piece of melon bread. I don't know what that is, but that sounds kinda good. And I think it's from yesterday, if the packaging is correct. No way in hell am I staying in this madhouse. If everything I've learned from Japanese entertainment is correct, I should be able to get to the roof and eat my bread. That was amazing. Hey, there's the stairs to the roof, and the door up above is open. Convenient. Something's going right for once. Everything's coming out, Millhouse. Stepping outside the crisp autumn air refreshes me from the trials of the morning. I break open my slightly squished melon bread and take a bite, enjoying the silence of the empty rooftop and the view of the cherry trees nearby. I don't see any cherry trees. Been quite a morning so far. Flunked a quiz, fended off a word guy, got tossed around the cafeteria, and flunked a quiz. Hey, that reminds me of my high school youth. Seems I have a lot of adjusting to do. I have a bad habit of talking to myself. Probably a result of no one else talking to me for a good chunk of my formative years. Same. Working my way through my bread, I hear a faint noise somewhere behind me. But looking back, I see nothing. Maybe a bird took off or something. No, there it is again, and I don't see any birds around here. Maybe a plastic bottle being crunched? And do you mind? My dog is trying to make himself comfy on my bed right now. He's like scratching up the blanket, which is not actually good for my blanket because it's already shit. Curiosity gets the better of me, and I make my way slowly back towards the entrance. There it is again. I'm on the right track. Seems like it's coming from up above the door entrance to the roof, which in itself is situated on a corner and built like a small shed, having a roof of its own. The noise is coming from up there, but I don't see a way up. It's not a huge height. I think I can grab the ledge and pull myself up if I get a running start. Why am I talking to myself again? I step back a bit, get a good running start, and leap as high as I can, grabbing the edge of the entrance door as a roof. With some effort, I pull myself on top. For some reason, I'm thankful no one was here to look up my skirt, since I'm sure it flipped during all of that. Did you seriously make all that noise just to come and sit beside me? Once situated, I see the silhouette of what appears to be a slender, muscular young man. His back is to me, and if he knows I'm there, he's made no motion to show it. I start walking to him, but my first step manages to land on top of a crunched water bottle, which catches his attention. He turns around to look at me. He's handsome, dark eyes and hair, definitely athletic with the way his uniform accentuates his lean build. And he's also a mute, or a mime. I'm not sure which, but he hasn't bothered to say anything to a girl who appeared out of nowhere. Guess it's up to me to break the ice. You really shouldn't leave your trash on the ground. He just looks at me and says nothing. Hey, Litterbug, just who are you? He finally opens his mouth and says something, but he's barely audible. You mind speaking out for those of us who can't translate the language of the wind? Jesus Christ, I'm an asshole. You're too loud. That's it? You respond to a question to tell someone they're too loud? Were you raised in a monastery or something? He just turns back around and starts gazing over the roof again. I'm getting really pissed off with this guy. Not only does he leave his trash on the ground, but he's rude and doesn't even answer a simple question like what his name is. I start towards him, and the faint sound of water splashing hits my ear. Looking down, I see the medium-sized swimming pool in the school courtyard. It's right below us, but really far down. I'm about to ask why he's looking at it when a different noise is made next to me. Turning to face it, I'm completely shocked. It's Makoto. What in the world are you doing? What do you mean? Interesting music for sure. This guy already has his shirt unbuttoned and his belt buckle undone. He's stripping right here in front of me, on the roof for God knows what reason. Oh Jesus. What do I mean? Why are you stripping in public? Stop that. I'm blushing slightly, but I move to stop this guy from stripping down. Which might not be the brightest idea, as I don't know why he's decided to go all natural right here. Right now. I'm not the strongest person out there, but I caught him off guard and he was still trying to undress. As a result, he struggles under my grip and loses his balance, pulling me on top of his bare chest. My first thought is how smooth his abs are. My second thought is what in the heck is going on? I'll bet my face is as red as the rising sun on the Japanese flag right now. Ouch, that hurt, you know. The fact that he's half naked with the girl on top of him doesn't seem to faze him. That pretty much flips the switch into overdrive. You pervert, stripping in public. I raised my hand to slap him, but he seems to have anticipated that and grabbed it before I can get near his cheek. Why are you trying to slap me? And why are you calling me a pervert? This guy seriously doesn't get it. Why? Why? Because you're getting naked in public in front of me. Why are you stripping down? He looks back in the direction of the pool. I just wanted to go for a swim. Swim? Seriously. And how are you going to do that? Jump? He's still looking at the pool. You seriously were going to jump all the way in from here? You could have been killed. I mean, to go on, but the bell rings, signaling the end of lunch. God damn it. He quickly gets dressed and heads away from me. Lunch is over. Next time, use the ladder. There's a ladder? I guess so, since he's climbing down. Wow. Why didn't I see it before? My stomach is growling at me as I climb down and head back towards class. Hey, I love you, but you gotta stop all that noise. I barely ate anything at all. And I didn't even get that strange kid's name. I guess if I had the misfortune of running into him again, I could call him Litterbug. Or Jumper, or Stripper. I hope not all Japanese males are as weird as the two I've spoken with so far. Back in class, I take my assigned seat. Makoto isn't in his seat for some reason. I'm kinda glad in a way, as it was already awkward at lunch with him. Okay class, we'll now begin classical light. The door opens and Makoto steps in. Excuse our tardiness, Ama-chan. Makoto, I hope you have a good explanation for this. I don't know if it's good as opposed to typical. I managed to wrangle him back to class again though. So aside from offering new girls lunch, Makoto also rounds up truants. I wonder who he caught. Okay, come here. Sugar Plum. Sugar Plum. I love you. You're making too much noise. You have to go on the floor, okay? Come on. Come on. I just want to record a game today. Without any noise or interruptions whatsoever. Okay, let's sit down. I guess Haru lost track of time again, teacher. Cool. Why am I not surprised he dragged clueless Littlebug into class? Of course both weirdos would be in the same homeroom with me. Nanase-kun, physical education comes after classical literature. Not before it. Please go take your seat. The two boys walk back. I'm not surprised that Makoto's sitting next to me. The stripper takes the seat immediately behind me. I turn and point at his face. What in the world are you doing here now? This is my homeroom. Oh, have you two met already? We're acquainted. So intimately acquainted that I don't know his name. That's Nanase Haruka. He seems a bit standoffish, but he's a really cool guy. He's really into the water and... stripping? Makoto furrows his brow, but also chuckles. Oh, so you've seen that? Yeah, Haruka kind of has a habit of stripping down every so often when he gets near water. Tachibana-kun, I'm glad you're getting so familiar with our new exchange student, but I'd appreciate it if you wait until after class for it. Apologies, Ama-chan. I'll be more mindful of the lesson. Oh no. Wait, what? Oh, I have no idea what the hell just happened right now. Great, just great. The two people sitting closest to me are friends, compatriots, and absolute weirdos. And the school year is only getting started. Time really does seem to have a way of making you miserable. The phrase, time flies while you're having fun, comes to mind. Since this day has not been fun so far, time has done anything but fly. There are no hands on the clock. Limp, stagger, crawl, or freeze would all be better descriptions for class after lunch. I don't think it was just me. I have no idea what the hell's going on with my computer. It's literally just glitching out right now. I hope the game file is fine. I swear, I think I just heard Haru snoring behind me during English. And that doesn't seem like a bad idea right about now, but I don't think I want to start that habit on just my first day. Finally, after what feels like an entire semester, the bell rings. Do not forget to do the assigned homework tonight. It will be graded. That shouldn't pose too much of a problem, as I don't have anything else to do. I slowly start gathering my things into my book bag. It appears Haru has already left. He's probably already half naked and looking for the deadliest way to enter the pool. I feel as if I'm forgetting something. Andy-chan, I have some spare time before my club starts. Would you like me to walk you home? He gives a bright smile that's kind of infectious. I can almost feel a smile coming across my lips. Still, this guy doesn't give up, does he? It's okay, Makoto, but I don't want to make you late for your club. No, really, it's not a bother at all. You don't seem to have spoken to anyone today. I would hate for you to feel lonesome during your stay in Japan. So please, let me have the honor of walking you home. Really, that's quite alright. Besides, shouldn't you be looking for Haru? Who knows how many young minds he's defying by stripping in public right now? Haru? No need to worry about him. I don't think there's a female at the school who hasn't seen him strip to his trunks. Oh Jesus. So let's go. I can show you some interesting places along the way. Like where to get the newest manga and the sweetest red bean paste buns. That sounds disgusting. Though they're not in the same shop. Of course they wouldn't. Why would they be? I mean, obviously a bookseller isn't going to have baked goods. Sorry for rambling. Anyway, let's go. He offers out his arm as to escort me from the room. I don't think he's noticed my shortness of breath. Though I'm not sure if it's from anxiety or how cute he is. Either way, I need to get out of here. Carefully walk around him. I need to keep my composure here. Yes, Makoto is coming off way too strong, but he doesn't seem to be a bad guy or anything. Just a tad pushy. I gather up the rest of my things while still speaking. I appreciate the offer, Makoto, but it's a bit early for that sort of thing just yet. I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean. Too early for what sort of thing? Oh, you know, escorting me home, looking at each other with adoration. I'm certain I sound like an idiot, but I keep moving. Carefully, I slide around him, taking care not to bump him or anything. Oh, and I already promised my host sister to go home with her. She had to leave early, and wasn't able to bring me to school. So she wanted to make sure she got to walk me home. You understand, right? Oh, that's all? Why didn't you say so? He gives another one of his award-winning smiles to me. I understand completely. You'll want to get to know each other better. I can take you home another day. Have fun! I will. Have a nice club practice. That went better than I had hoped. I better go meet my hostess at the lockers now. She's probably been waiting while I was talking with Makoto. Fortunately, it's not too long a walk to my locker. Oh, shit. And the school was even considerate enough to put it next to my hostess's locker. Standing there waiting is Matsuoko Go. I hope I remember to say her name correctly. I'm not sure why her parents decided to give her such a boyish name, but I know it bothers her when said in the masculine tone. She's flagging me down now. Andy-san! No, we're not doing that. Finally, I get to see you for a few minutes. Club is starting a bit late today. Our supervisor had some urgent errands to run right after class, so I thought I might take you to get a snack on the way taking you home. Go! I'm so happy to see you after the way this day went. I start changing books around in my locker and book back for going home as she continues. Okay, whatever. No need to call me senpai. You're a year ahead of me, so not a great start today, I take it. It had its ups and downs, along with general oddness. I found I'm not nearly as proficient at writing Japanese as I need to be. And this one guy in my class was really persistent in trying to befriend me. Kind of in an over-the-top way, really. I hope you weren't too hard on him. Most of the guys here are pretty cool, even if overly friendly. He wasn't even the oddest person I met today. I needed some air at lunch, so I went to the roof and this one kid just started stripping out of nowhere. When I found out why, it was because he was going to dive to his death in the school pool. I was expecting a reaction at a go, but I wasn't expecting a deep belly laugh. I'm glad you find that funny. If you don't mind, could you let me in on the joke? Hold on. Give me a minute. Not even a full day in, and you've already gotten the Haru experience. Classic. Come to think of it, that Makoto kid did say Haru was known to do that on occasion. If by on occasion you mean anytime Haruka is near a discernible amount of water, then you'd be correct. And did I hear you mention Makoto? Yeah, he's the overly friendly guy I mentioned earlier. It appears they're both in my homeroom. So you're in Ama-chan's class then? That's an awfully familiar way to address a teacher. Won't she get angry? Nah, not at all. Tell you what, change of plans. You're coming with me to club today. Okay, not that I mind, but why? Remember this morning before I left, I mentioned that I'm a manager of a club at a school? She reminds me of this as she takes me by the hand. You did, but you never mentioned which one. Hey, have you ever swam before? You mean like competitively or in general? Either works. It's been a while, but when I was in elementary, I swam a lot. I was actually pretty decent at it. I, however, was not. I was actually really shit. I don't like swimming. I don't like the water. I earned my fair share of ribbons and medals at summer camp swim meets. Oh, even better. Why is that even better? Because now you won't have to go home after school. You got a club already waiting for you, and they need you in particular. I notice we're almost at the door that leads to... Why are you taking me to the pool? Because that's a club I manage, and the one you're about to join. She pushes open the door to reveal the gorgeous outdoor school pool. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a bad idea. Like, really bad. I'm terrible at group events. Bah, you'll get over it. I'll be here the whole time with you. And the club needs to add some girl swimmers to maximize points at meets. Besides, you need friends and involvement. She pulls me outside to the pool. Currently, there are 4 members hanging around the edge. All males. All very good-looking males. I'm pretty sure my face is flushed right now. Go! You managed to convince Andy to come check out our club. Oh no, no wonder she was so familiar with Makoto. And you already know Haru over there, who's been in the water since 10 seconds before the end of the day bell rang. Say hi, Haru. He's a man of few words. You'll get used to it. Well, let me say what Haru should be saying. Thanks for bringing this cutie to the pool with you. A blonde male about my height is standing next to me. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's checking me out. As in I think he's trying to guess what cup size I am in his head. Who's the rude kid? Oh, that's Hazuki Nagisa. He kind of has a tendency to speak first and then speak some more later. Don't worry though, he's not a pervert or anything. Well, at least not much of one. I'll keep that in mind. Dali's just a guy over on the bleachers working on his calculus homework. As if reading my mind, Go points him to me. That's Ryugazaki Rei, the quiet one over there. When he's not swimming, he's usually doing some sort of mathematics. He looks up at the sound of his name and waves at me before going back to his studies. Well, it's very nice to meet everyone. But I should be heading home. You guys have practice, and I have homework. Homework can wait. I'm serious. I think you should become the first female member of the Iwatobi High School Swimming Club. You yourself said you used to be good at swimming. And this will give you a chance to socialize and make the most of your time in Japan. Wouldn't you agree, Ama-chan? I hadn't realized it, but while I was being introduced, Amakata-sensei had arrived behind us. I think it's a fabulous idea. And we really do need to get some female members in here. Just think, as a foreigner, your name would appear as the very first female member of the club. How cool does that sound? I'm shocked. And I'm not really sure how to respond. I can't English today. It's nice to finally be on the way back to my host's home again. After the long, crazy day I've had, I want nothing more than just to flop on my bed and get a good nap. Maybe wake up and take a soak in the bathtub as well. I just can't wait to do that. My body is practically begging my mind to obey. But it looks like I'll have other plans. And after all that, I still get to walk you home. Oh, Jesus. Thinking back, I probably should have figured out this would be the end result of the day. Not that it was my intention or anything. But when Go gets an idea in her head, it appears it's hard to go against her. Uh-huh. 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 But it's been ages since I've actually been in a swim competition. Are you really wanting me to disgrace the school by coming in last all the time? I was hoping to work their competitive nature against them and free myself. No dice. Actually, just having swam before, you'd be further ahead of me when I joined. They actually made Ray look a lot cuter than he is in the anime. Wait a minute. When did he pop his head up from his calculus book? I actually ran track my first year here, and I'd never swam before. It took a while before I could even compete for last place. So you gave up track to do something you'd never done before? What can I say? There's a certain beauty to swimming missing from running. Especially when the competitor has potential for world-class talent. He appears to be glancing at Haru as he says this. I'm just not sure I'm ready to do this. Why not? You're here. You know how to swim. You have people who want you around. Ah, that's actually a cute expression. So like, carne diet or whatever it is Americans say. I think you just told me to become a carnivore in really bad Tex-Mex. You know what I mean. Dive in, literally. But I didn't even pack a swimsuit. I mean, I brought my tennis racket on the off chance of joining the tennis club, but I left my swimsuit at home. But that's not a problem. We can get you a swimsuit. The only guidelines are it has our school symbol on it. It has to be a one piece and the main color to be black like the rest of the team. But you can have whatever color trim you want. But please, I'll feel like a bad hostess if I let you become a member of the Just Go Home Club. That's my kind of club. Is there really a club for that? I always thought it was a joke, but if there's a club for that, point me towards it. I thought my joke was kind of funny, but the reaction I got was not from who I expected. Coward. Wait, what did you just say? That might have been a little too far there, Haru. Maybe you should apologize. No. Well, now I'm seriously pissed off at this kid. Coward? Coward? I'll show you, naked boy. I'll jump in that pool and whoop your butt in a race by the end of the year. Good luck. With that, he walks off. I think I saw him smile just a bit as well. And with that, the Iwatobi Swim Club officially has its first female member. Welcome to the team, Lately-chan. Me and my big mouth. With that slip of tongue in anger, I was now part of the swim club. Go and Miho wasted no time ushering me to the back to get my size and measurements for our suit. Ugh. I told them I wanted gray trim, but I get the feeling they'll end up making it yellow or pink. I have to fill out some forms and the nurse gave me a general checkup. Finding nothing wrong physically, she cleared me for swimming against my better protest. Go then instructed Makoto and Haru to walk me home as she had some errands to run. One being getting my swimsuit ordered. She also mentioned dropping off some things for her older brother at a different school. Makoto, could you make sure to get Andy home? I don't think we want her getting lost on her way back, or trying to escape by jumping a ship at the harbor. I heard that. Just leave it to me and Haru. We'll get her back to your house safe. Great. I'll tell Ren you said hi. And so here we are, the three of us misfits walking back to Ren's place. I guess it's technically my place for the time being as well. It's kinda tense walking home, and Makoto is trying his best to make conversation. It's just so awkward. Haru, did you know what you were doing when you taunted Andy? I mean, that seemed kinda cold. It was what it was. That may be a record for the most words in a sentence from Haru. The awkwardness continues into silence. That is, until my phone decides to pipe up. Mistress, our request for the chalice awaits. Oh man, I had forgotten I had set the alerts for when my quest energy was full. Makoto is grinning at me right now. Was that what I think it was? No, I'm pretty sure you're imagining things. That was an alert from Destiny's Ultimate Challenge, wasn't it? I have no idea what you're talking about. Makoto is now going through his side pocket. He pulls out his smartphone and starts tapping. A couple of minutes later, he hands it to me. A familiar start screen brightens the face of his phone. Okay, yes, that was an alert from DUC. I like the visual novel and wanted to play the app. I had to backdoor my way into the app since it's only available from the App Center in Japan. So yes, I'm a dork. Dork, then I guess you fit in with us even more. We play it. Even Haru over there, when he isn't climbing into a fountain or something. Hitting the start key reveals Makoto's character screen. Oh man, how did you get into the Class A Duelist? Dardak, nah, I have no idea what that says. I wanted her so much, but my draws were all unlucky. I got lucky and won a secret code drawing that gave me that champion. I don't think I've seen Haru so upset since the time he missed swim practice with Ko. You play as well. Who's your primary champion? Eliminator, Class B, Wilkes Booth. I'm not sure I'm more disturbed that your main champion is the man who killed Abe Lincoln. I thought so, that sounded familiar. Or that it totally fits your personality. Look, I hope you don't find this too pushy, but maybe I can send you an ally request. Back Makoto is my user ID, and Waterboy Haru is Haru's. Those are amazing usernames, to be honest. After a few quick clicks and some typing, I've sent the request. You should have my request. My username is Silent Gone. I have a Class A Sorcerer as my champion. I can't talk today. Morgan Le Fay. Hey, don't you guys find it odd that a Japanese product uses so many figures from European history in it? Only a little, but I think they'd run out of epic characters if they stuck to only Japan. I suppose you're right. Are you into any other video games? Sure, I left my station at site console at home, but I had some games I enjoyed. Want to join the gang over at Haru's place this Saturday? I just picked up Slide and Slam Master 3. We're all going to try it out. You're part of the team now, so maybe you like to hang out, get to know us, have some fun, show off your dance moves. You know what? You're on. I may not be up to speed at swimming with you guys, but I'm sure I can be the master of the mosh pit. Unlikely. Haru currently owns that title among us. I was so close to beating him last time. But he just got a little extra oomph into his last slam on me and won. We chat a little bit longer as we approach the house I'm staying at. Once we get there, Makoto looks at me and smiles. Hey, is it cool to get your phone number? That way I can text you the plans for this Saturday? Sure, that made sense. He holds up his phone and I match mine to it. A few seconds later, our contacts are swapped. Then looking to the other side, I see Haru. He's holding up his phone. You want my number? Yes. Well, okay, just don't send me anything weird. We used to beam exchange and our contacts are swapped. Well, we have to get going so we can work on our homework as well. Catch you at school tomorrow. They both wave as they leave me on the doorstep of Go's house. Maybe this won't be so bad after all. I feel a little better about this crazy day as I head through the front door. I decided to practice my Japanese writing for the past couple of hours. My wrist is paying the price for that. What's worse is my Japanese still doesn't look any different from doodling stick figures. Maybe I should ask Makoto for help, or go. The siren's call of my empty stomach is loud and clear. However, I'm not sure if there's anything made in the house. As I head downstairs to look, I hear the front door open. Lately, son, I'm back. I quickly go to greet her at the door. When I get there, she's not alone. Flanking her are two young men. Actually, two rather handsome young men. It's not that in the States I barely noticed any guys around me. I get to Japan and on the first day I've run into nothing but dudes who should start a boy band together. Let me introduce you to the guys here. No need, sis, I can introduce myself. The guy with hair and eyes similar in color to Go steps up to greet me. Matsuoka Ren, and Go's older brother. A pleasure to meet you. This is my best friend, Yamazaki Suzuki. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Sasuke? Whatever. We both go to Samazuka Academy. Nice to meet you. Andy, was it? Yes, nice to meet both of you. I think I mumbled that line. I'm such a dork. Hey, no need to be shy around us. After all, since you're living here, I should at least treat you like a sister. Maybe you can be the sister I wanted but never got because I ended up with Go instead. Hey, that's totally mean. Relax, Go. I was only trying to make Andy feel at ease. Don't worry, Go. You can be my sister instead. Like I'm not already? I can't help but laugh. Their familiarity is setting me at ease. Rin-san, your English is impeccable. Thanks. I actually spent a good bit of time training in Australia. I figured it would be a good idea to learn their language so I wouldn't need an interpreter. Oh, Makoto sent me a text a bit ago. I didn't know you played Destiny's Ultimate Challenge too. We all play, even Rin and Suzuki. Let's exchange contact info and user ID so we can all play and chat together. Sure, sounds like a plan. We all pull out our smartphones and exchange contact info and send ally request. I'm starting to feel more at home. Even more so when Rin asks. I'm starving, sis. Where's Mom? She's working late tonight. And dinner hasn't even been started yet. I don't know if we even have any instant ramen left. So our current dinner options are moan and starve or keep quiet and starve. That sucks. I left my money back at the academy. Hey Go, you mentioned not having any easy instant stuff. But do you think there's ingredients to do normal cooking with? Probably, but I bombed home economics. I actually did well in home ec. Actually, I just took a cooking class, to be honest. That's all I took. I didn't bother sewing or anything. Don't expect either of these two to know how to cook. Rin's lucky if he doesn't burn his ramen in the microwave. That was only one time 3 years ago. And it's still a hilarious memory 3 years later. Let me go root around the kitchen. You can cook? Really? I wouldn't put myself up against Masaharu Morimoto or anything, but I can make some dishes that taste pretty decent. I check the pantry for dry goods and canned food first. I spot several cans of adzuki beans and grab those. Looking in the fridge, there's a package of lean ground beef. There's also some onions and peppers. Go once over to see what I'm doing. Looks like you have something in mind. Point me towards the spice rack and pull me out a big pot. I'm going to make a pot of chili con carne for everyone. Really? I don't know how to make that. I think if I look up a recipe, I could probably do it. I'm just lazy and don't like it. I'm also not a big fan of chili. Seriously? Wow. It's not that amazing. Yeah, it's not. No, I'm kidding, it is. When your parents are prone to working late, you can either learn to cook or learn to not to get tired of instant food. Go gets me the pot while I get out the spices. Come to think of it, I bet one of those guys will get a kick out of this dish. Want me to call one of them over for you? I want to call Makoto, because I like Makoto. I think he's sweet. Hi guys. Sorry for the abrupt ending to Water Girl. That was sort of a natural abrupt ending. Once you click on one of the boys' names, the game ends, that's it. I then double checked to make sure that there wasn't a problem with the game. And then it turns out there wasn't. I watched the video playthrough that the dev posted. And yeah, that's the end of the game. I originally had some more to say, but I decided to cut that out. I decided to redo this one bit. I think this is an excellent game, as a lot of potential actually. Is well produced. The art is very neat. The dialogue, the writing is could use a little bit of improvement. I just noticed small errors, but it actually flowed a lot better than some of the ones I've played on my off my channel. Um, Overall, it was a really good game. My only criticism was how abrupt the ending was. Like, it was so sudden. I didn't know what had happened. I thought the game had uh, bugged out or something. Uh, but yo, no, that was just about the only negative thing I have to say about it. Other than that, Water Girl was pretty decent. I do recommend you if you want to check it out. I don't think there were a lot of options available at this moment. I do hope to see it continued at some point in the future, and if it is, I'll probably continue playing it. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Have fun, be safe, and enjoy yourself. Bye for now.